There's a specific game coming out this summer named Valorant, and I personally think it is going to be a big one. Why do we think it's so important? Stick around to this video. Let's find out. Hello everyone, parents, families, boys and girls. My name is Ukatsu Joe, here with another discussion video. Maybe it's been a while since we've had a discussion video, but this series I wanted to talk about a game called Valorant. Now, you guys may be wondering, what is Valorant? Maybe you've already heard me talking about it on YouTube or on Discord. And Valorant is a tactical shooter that has been released, or at least the test footage has been released by none other than Riot Games. And a tactical shooter, by the way, if you did not know, start thinking Counter-Strike Global Offensive, where you have to defuse a bomb, you have to plant the bomb. Same thing like in Rainbow Six Siege, when they have their demolition mode. And so a lot of people have been comparing Valorant as a Counter-Strike meets Overwatch scenario, where you have a very tactical shooter. It takes very slight work, a very short amount of time for you to eliminate your opponents, but at the same time you have, in like Overwatch, distinct heroes and classes for you to pick so that you can have CC abilities, so you can have smoke screens, so you can have essentially unique abilities based on the character that you choose. You may be wondering who would like this sort of game. And actually, every single title that I mentioned before, whether it's Counter-Strike, whether it's Overwatch, whether it's Rainbow Six Siege, you actually might like this game. One of the reasons why I'm so excited for it. There's a lot of reasons why this game, you might be wondering, Joe, why are you talking about Valorant of all things? Why Valorant? Why not Apex? Why not Year 5 of Rainbow Six? It's because Valorant is very significant for a key few reasons. Number one, it is being developed by Riot Studios, Riot Games, the owners of the world's most popular esport, League of Legends. And because of that, there are a key few things. One, it seems like this time around in this FPS title, the characters are just as important as the gameplay. And I'm saying just as important, not more important. But hear me out. In League of Legends, they make a bonkers amount of money because they have perfected the formula of developing a character that is relatable, that is likable, and that you want to main. And at the same time, they've been able to create dozens and dozens of skins. I know a couple of you kids who have spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on these League of Legends skins. So that's going to create sustainability. That's going to create a longevity and a fan base for this community, and you're already starting to see it. If you follow along on their Reddit page, for example, you're seeing skeptical articles about specific characters. They want to find more about their lore. They want to go into the artistic side of things and create their own fan-drawn images before the game is even out. Now, aside from the characters themselves, remember, gameplay is just as important. This is going to be a tactical shooter, so not Call of Duty, not Apex Legends. Think more like Counter-Strike, where you have to flick, get your headshot off, and you get the elimination. And already out the bat in their sales copy, on the first thing you see in their homepage for Valorant, the game, is a love letter to people who have played competitive tactical shooters. One of the first things they talked about is the importance of Tickrate, 128 tick servers. That is unheard of natively from the developers. For those who haven't heard about it, tick rate is essentially how quickly your information is pinging, how often it's pinging to the servers. And they say that the latency, that the amount of, hey, I traded before this person, is drastically reduced as that tick rate goes higher, as your computers ping the servers. There's much more smart scientific people that can explain tick rate, but this is something you don't really hear about unless you're in the CSGO community or say like the Battlefield community, where tick rate is actually a really big problem for them. I think PUBG had a 30 tick rate, so there would be moments where you'd shoot and they'd shoot you, but then they would hit you and you wouldn't hit them. Those kinds of things are eliminated with high tick rates. And so they do care about the gameplay. At the same time, they're inviting CSGO pros, they're inviting Overwatch pros, they're inviting, obviously, the streamers and influencers to play this game early and give their feedback. And so far, what everyone has said is it feels great. Lastly, one of the reasons why I think this will be a specifically successful title is because we have yet to see a first-person tactical shooter or competitive shooter in the esports realm that is a brand new franchise in a long time. The last one I could think of was what? Overwatch or Rainbow Six? Rainbow Six came out in 2015, ladies and gentlemen. We have evolved as an industry in the esports scene. We have evolved in high school and youth esports since 2015. So this is the first time we're seeing Riot Games come out with a rated T for teen tactical shooter. It's called a tactical shooter, that's what it is. And in a little bit, I'll highlight why that's even more important. So lastly, what can we expect? What are the predictions that I personally have as Ukatsu Joe for this upcoming game, Valorant, which again, I personally am super stoked about. I think Valorant is going to be a very big player in the esports scene, though it's not going to officially kill off any of these games. You're seeing a lot of titles going, this is the CSGO killer, this is the Overwatch killer. And quite honestly, I don't think those games will die. CSGO has had decades of history, and Overwatch feels like a very completely different game with its own team modes, with its own character, with its own world. Those guys, those fans love those characters. That game is not going to die, guys, but I think there is plenty of room in the esports scene for another tactical shooter, one that has a little more character to it, one that's a little more lighthearted, rated T for teen. Which again, when we're talking about the overall predictions, I don't think this will be the next Fortnite either. It's not cross-platform. It is free to play, so I think everyone should give it a shot. But at the same time, I think the game will be very unforgiving, just like Counter-Strike, where you have to be on top of your game. If you want to hit all your flicks, if you want to be a monster, you better practice your aiming, which I'll be releasing more videos in preparation for Valorant so that you can get up to speed, so that you can go out and join our Discord and play a couple rounds with me. Very excited for it personally. Lastly, I wanted to talk about where I see esports, specifically Valorant, in the youth sector, because Riot Games has created this cartoonish style shooter. It has been given a rated T for teen rating. And that means already we're seeing games like Overwatch, rated T for teen, allowed in high schools. Obviously, shooters, anything with guns, is a tricky subject for a lot of school systems. Personally, at Ukatsu, we say, can we recognize the real world differences between shooting a gun in real life, owning a gun responsibly, and a video game? Let's talk about that. Maybe schools will adopt something similar. But by having a rated T rating and having cartoonish characters, I think this will be a great starting point for a lot of these high school kids that I've met who love Rainbow Six Siege, who are begging for Call of Duty, who are begging for Counter-Strike. This may very well be that opportunity for a lot of younger players to pick up this game if they have a gaming computer, and at the same time take that to the youth gaming scene, whether the public school does it or a private sector does it like Ukatsu. Overall, guys, I hope you are just as excited about this game as I am. Valorant has not released yet. It is supposedly coming out this summer. Maybe it's going to be delayed with all this COVID-19 stuff going on. Either way, I'm going to be preparing the audience, and I'm going to be preparing you, the viewer, on how you could best prepare for Valorant. Maybe make a name for yourself. Maybe even be able to earn some scholarships or at least earn some followers on your Twitch channel as we start the professional development side of things. You might have noticed on our channel, we've done gaming, we've done wellness with Grind XP, and a few more things that are coming out soon related to fitness. And now we're talking about professional development, whether it's creating your own YouTube channel or preparing yourself to be successful in esports, whether you're a coach or player, or just knowing the general landscape of the careers that you have, the opportunities that you have. So this is the professional development type of video. Today we are talking about Valorant. You can bet that I will continue to talk about this game because I believe it will be so impactful. Where, you know, these other games that have been struggling, Apex Legends, maybe even a little bit of Call of Duty in terms of the pro scene, will they gravitate towards Valorant? I think some of them will, as well as all these other communities drawing a few players into this brand new game. Essentially what's happening here is, you guys remember the whole Popeyes chicken sandwich thing where, Chick-fil-A has a great chicken sandwich, tastes great, right? It's been around for 2 decades and they've got Tracer in it. Obviously I'm making a metaphor here. And then you got Popeyes, who comes out swinging with their own chicken sandwich, and it's really good too. And there's a universe just like the one that we live in where the Chick-fil-A and the Popeyes chicken sandwich are both extremely popular right now. And we might be seeing the same exact thing when it comes to Counter-Strike and Valorant. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, if you like these discussion points, what do you think about Valorant? Will you personally be playing it? Leave a comment down below in the description. If you like these types of videos that prepare you for the working world, that talk about esports, that have these discussions, and they help you level up too, feel free to drop us a like. Other than that though, guys, this is Ukatsu Joe signing out. We will see you next time.